Hey, it's Karim from Noor. I wanted to share with you a couple of insights on the idea of gender roles and how they play out in relationships and marriage. Stick around. So the first thing I wanted to address was this idea that gender roles are completely constructed. In other words, they're arbitrary. We kind of made them up. The reason why boys are the way they are is because society has perpetuated certain values or behaviors that make boys boys, and the same goes true for girls. Well, I'd like to address this because if we really think about the science behind this, there's two very important variables that we're not always considering if we accept this position or definition of gender roles. Number one, we have clearly different biological makeups. That's a fact. We can't really deny that. Most modern neuroscientists are discovering that male and female brains have over 100 differences just in how the brains are wired. That means how we process information, how we perceive the world, how we are in relationship, how we access emotional and rational systems of consciousness. All of that is different in the male and the female. We do, of course, have a lot of similarities because we are one human family, but those things cannot be denied or ignored no matter how much we think it's all random what gender roles are. The second point on this concept is, if you think about it, when humans first existed, we all go back to the same genetic parents. Traditionally in religion, this is known as Adam and Eve. We can call them the genetic Adam or the genetic Eve, however you want to look at it. The bottom line is, when humans first began and started to reproduce, we also needed to ensure our survival. And so what we did as a species was we harnessed and utilized our biological makeups in order to extract resources from the physical environment around us. And so we naturally found this kind of flow to perpetuate the species by taking on certain roles and tasks to ensure the family system and the survival of the species. So for instance, men who have more testosterone than women and generally have more physical strength took on tasks like protecting and hunting and building because that's what they naturally were inclined to. Women have greater capacities for language and cooperation and social skills, so they also took on roles of nurturing, even diplomacy, as well as child rearing, because that's naturally what they fell into. So this idea that roles are just social constructs and we just kind of made them up, I like to see roles as social expressions and relational expressions of our biological makeups that have been perpetuated over thousands and thousands of years, because that's actually what worked and what helped us get to the point where we are today.